in action.
Coming up next, a forum titled The New Black Voice of the 90s. 3 panelists debate the topic, Staying Black or Becoming African American. Presenting the pro-black point of view will be Ali Muhammad, a spokesperson for the Nation of Islam.
It is with a great deal of pleasure that I give you Dr. Abdul Alim Muhammad of the Nation of Islam.
I'm so glad that we are having this opportunity to discuss the issue that has been put on the agenda of whether or not it's time to change from being black into something that is being called African American. I am very happy to see that we have now grown in maturity as a people, that we are actually able to have such a discussion where in fact everyone does not agree with everyone else's view, but we have become such good brothers and sisters of one another that we are able to disagree and yet not become disagreeable. See, to equate African American with terms like Italian American, Polish American, Russian American is to destroy the reality of how we got in this country. We did not get into America with our nationalities intact. Africa is not a nationality. If you are from Nigeria and you have become a naturalized American citizen and you want to call yourself a Nigerian American, well, you help yourself. But that's not how we got here. We did not pass through Ellis Island. We did not take the course that qualifies you to take a test for citizenship. That's not how we got here. To equate the immigrant that you might have in the Greek American or the Russian American with the so-called African American is a gross distortion of history. We're not no damn immigrants to this country. We were brought here against our will. We didn't come because we had booked passage on a passenger ship and we were so glad to be here and this was the land of opportunity and freedom and equality and justice for us and we were looking to jump into the melting pot. That's not our history. We are those that were kidnapped and we were brought in chains in the holds of slave ships and we were kicking and fighting every step of the way, and when we got here we could not be held down except by the most brutal methods. And even today when you look and see what is used to hold the black community in check, it is the most ruthless and violent and brutal of methods that are being used today to hold us in check. So we don't want to rewrite our history. Let me say something else that's going to make you mad. I'm just going to say it and get off of it because you might not be ready to think about it. But I'm going to put it in your subconscious mind. It's going to come up later. See, even you are guilty of those of you who are advocating this African, you're guilty yourself of trying to distort your own history. See, you want to pretend like you are the same people that was brought over here 400 years ago. And that nothing happened to you since you've been here. You the same black African now that you were then. That ain't true. I'm reminded of Richard Pryor. He went to Africa. He asked the brothers in Africa, he said, "What tribe do you think I'm from?" They said, "The Italians." So you want to disguise your own history. So you want to pretend that you did not have people who rose up on the plantations in rebellion to slavery, who fought and killed and died to be free, and some of them were only able to run off in the swamps with the Indians, and they set up their own independent kingdoms right here in North America, right down in South America, in the Caribbean islands. It was the black man in league with the red man. They set up armies to fight against the slave master, and in many cases they won, in other cases they were defeated, but they left a legacy of struggle to be free. And now you want to forget all about the red man. You want to forget all about him, like your blood and his blood are not intermixed so much that you have really become like one people. I bet if I asked you the question, there's not one of you sitting up here that does not have the blood of the red man flowing in your veins. And now you know I'm coming to something else too, that you don't hardly like to admit. You're just as bad as white folks who also don't like to deal with it. See, when you look at yourself in the mirror, brother, you know why you look like you look. You know that slave master raped your grandmother. You know he went into the black woman and planted his wicked seed in the womb of the black woman, and that's why we're such a spotted up people today. And so when you just want to use this term African American, you're using it as a cover to hide yourself from what actually happened to you, because you don't want to face the facts of your own reality. You're letting the slave master off easy because you're scared to call him a rapist. You're scared to call him a murderer. You're scared to lay on him everything that he did to us to destroy us as a people. But you yourself bear witness to it just in who and what you are. So don't deny yourself, man. What are you? Yeah, you are some of those people that they might call black Africans. That's part of your heritage, ain't no doubt. You also got that red man's blood in you too. And according to what we've learned, they traced their family history. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said they came here 16,000 years ago from Asia. They're Oriental type people. And you got that slave master's blood in your veins too. So it means a whole lot of you walking around with European genes. I told you you wouldn't like it. And I told you you ain't ready to deal with it. But it's the truth. And so it means that you need to look at what God has produced in you. If we're living in a time of universal trouble and universal confusion and universal revolution, then there is a need for a universal teaching and a universal vision. There's a need for a universal people to rise up out of the earth to become the universal rulers for all people. And there is no other people who qualifies on the face of the earth other than the black man and woman in America. There's you, that's your destiny, and the sooner you are willing to face up to your divine destiny and play your proper role in the evolution of world history, then the sooner we will enjoy a kingdom of peace and happiness and true brotherhood for all men, regardless to color, creed, class, or national origin.